How's it going, guys? Hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year. Starting 25 here with this Volkswagen Tiguan. It's 2015 petrol Volkswagen Tiguan, and we have brake error, brakes workshop. We have yellow steering wheel light on, yellow parking brake on, ABS light on, traction control light on, tire pressure light on, and that red one up there is look like brake fluid low or something. The other one is the handbrake light on. I can release the handbrake, put it on. What I noticed is auto hold doesn't work as well. Is that a strange one? But to the scan tool, we'll do a full system scan. Let's see what codes come up. We have 210,000 kilometers on this car. I've done a few videos on this one lately. We had the airbag faults and we had coolant leak. This was on the channel a few times in a few episodes. More errors here again with the Tiguan. Maybe it's just coming up on that type of mileage there that things are starting to break down. But anyway, ECM is reporting 2 codes. ABS has 5. We'll leave that go through and see what codes we can find here. Okay, on the scan tool, engine control, ABS control module, check DTCs, and clutch switch input circuit. Power steering, brake control module, parking brake control module, and this ABS. Now that's probably ones to go off of here. Left front ABS wheel speed sensor, left front ABS wheel speed. Okay, so 3 codes telling me left front ABS wheel speed sensor. The last one, control module. I have to have a look at this ABS sensor on the left front. Might just be a handy it might just be left front ABS speed sensor. Okay, there we go. There are the codes anyway. That's what I'm going after first anyway, that ABS speed sensor. I don't know about all these control module ones, but maybe if we fix the ABS sensor, the rest of them will go away. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Okay, I got a bit of data up there. Okay, looking at all 4 wheel speed sensors, definitely getting signals off them, all 4 of them, and that's the left front one, which I was getting codes for. As I go back, forward, it is definitely giving me a signal here, but yet I have all these errors. I don't know at the moment. It's not dead in the water anyway. Right, lads, I cleared out all my codes, drove this far a spin up the road, got no lights on the spin while I was looking at my ABS sensors. None of them dropped out, or especially paying attention to the front left one, because we were getting codes for front left. No dropouts, no issues, and yeah, I'd say probably just going to be throwing an ABS sensor, no code, probably just going to be throwing an ABS sensor on the front left on this car. Might just do a quick visual on the sensor at the front left, see can we see anything funny. But yeah, I will not have a sensor now today, so it'll be tomorrow before I really get my hands on one. But yeah, I think it's just going to be a simple switcheroo of the sensor. Okay lads, I'm down here. There's the ABS sensor, and it looks all good. Doesn't look like it got like a bang, or it doesn't look like the wires got pulled. They're all in their little clips and stuff like that, held together very nicely. Now I suppose maybe it could be the pickup on the bearing that could be causing my fault, but I don't know, I don't think so. I think looking at the codes, ABS electrical fault in circuit, ABS speed sensor implausible signal, and no signal / communication. I think, yeah, just gonna get an ABS sensor for the front left, put it in, and see what happens. Should be easy to change. Pull off the wire, pull out that little Allen key, and hopefully sometimes they can be stuck in the hub, but I don't know, hopefully not. I won't go at that until I have one. Right, I think that's where I'm at now. Okay lads, Volkswagen Tiguan is back in. It went out for a few days while I was waiting for the ABS speed sensor, and it done a few drive cycles, and in about 3 or 4 days, once the light came on, it went off with a cycle of the key, the customer reported, and it's not on right now. But the scan tool there has picked it up. Left front ABS speed sensor, electrical fault in circuit, tire pressure, and then left front ABS wheel speed sensor implausible signal. So we get it up in the air and we'll get off the wheels, well, the left front wheel anyway, and we'll swap out this ABS sensor. Okay lads, just removed the 2-pin plug off the back of the sensor, and what's holding it in there is a T30 Torx. It's very simple to change. Now, well, it's going to be very simple to take out that, because hopefully the sensor comes out. But I can't be as brutal as I want, because I am changing this. But yeah, hopefully it'll come out. Try get it once it's out. Once the screw is out, I'll try get a twist on that, and then hopefully it'll come up with a wiggle and a woggle left to right, and then it'll come up out of it. Hopefully. Got her out. Put up a little bit of a fight, but it's out. Gonna give that surface area a good clean now before I sit the new one in, because the air gap is important. Make sure it's in fully and home properly. I'll give that a clean there now before I fit the new one. Right, after all that, I have the wrong sensor. I think they must have given me a back one or something like that, but that ain't going in there. I think it's the back one. So look, to stop, put the old one back in and wait for a new one again. Damn. Okay lads, it's a pity that the ABS sensor was wrong, but nothing I can do about that. But we do have to fit new pads and discs on the back of this Tiguan. So what do we have to do? We have to remove the caliper. So we have a 13 bolt there and a 13 bolt there. That will take the caliper off the slider, or the carrier say. Then at the back we're going to have to hit and take that triple square bolt, and that one there, that one and that one, I have to remove them, and that will then unbolt the carrier, and then we'll have to do that little Torx there which will hold on the disc. So we'll do that now. I'm going to crack all them bolts first, and then what we have to, with the scan tool, we're going to have to release the brake caliper, so we'll be able to push them back to fit the new stuff. Right, so 213s anyway, first of all. Right lads, I have all my bolts out. They were holding in the carrier, size 14 triple square bolts, and 213s going into the caliper. So I have all the bolts out on both sides and I'm just going to leave them sit there now. So again, out on that side, 2 of them, and the 2 in the calipers. I'm just going to leave everything sit there, bring this car down, and we'll get the scan tool on it to wind back the calipers for me. And then we'll start disassembling this. Right lads, we're going to go, so what are we using? We're using the top-down Phoenix Smart here, and we are going to go special functions, brake pad change. It's telling me to connect a battery charger, press OK. 2 reg, other models, parking brake, open rear brake calipers, and in brackets they are prepared to replace brake pad. You can hear that winding back. Brake pad calipers are now opening. Wait 30 seconds after the brake calipers stop moving before carrying out the next step. So now I can start removing. What's it saying now? The brake calipers have been opened. Turn ignition off. The brake caliper has been opened. Please replace the brake pads. The rear caliper pistons do not move back in the caliper. This is normal. Okay, so we have to push back the pistons in the caliper ourselves. I knew that. So that's okay. I'm going to do that now, lads. We're going to ignition off and start changing stuff. So discs and brake pads are now removed. One little size 30 Torx screw there, going in there, which was holding on the disc. There's the disc, there's the pads, there's the carrier, and you can see the inside of the disc, how bad it is on the outer side of it. And you can see that effect it was having on that inside pad. Not a huge amount of meat left on them either. There's the carrier. Important. I'll be cleaning these now as well, but make sure your sliders slide, which they do on this, nice and free. And now we can push back that piston into the caliper to fit our new stuff. Clean up this surface here as well, a little bit of grease on that. So now lads, I'm just pushing my piston straight back into the caliper. It's not like the cable type ones where you have to twist and push back. It just goes straight back. But that's what I'm doing there, just winding it back, or just pushing it back. And they're just give me enough to fit in my new pads. Hard to do this one-handed, but yeah, you get the idea. That is just pushing back the piston into the caliper. Alright lads, shiny new brake disc fitted. The carrier is bolted back on along with the brake pads. With the brake pads, they have to be able to just nice and easy put them in by hand. You should never have to force them in or have to tap them in with a hammer, or have to do something crazy like go to the grinding stone and grind a bit off the pad to make them fit. So yeah, that's essential for the carrier to be nice and clean and free of rust, for them pads to be able to slide in and out of that carrier. So discs, pads, carrier on, just bolt on this fella there now, and we're finished with the driver's side rear. Okay lads, so it's just the exact same procedure on the passenger side rear now. completed, discs and pads fitted, everything bolted back together. What I would say to you as well is just be careful if you're doing these for the first time. Sometimes the inside pad and the outside pad, there can be a difference in them. Not in my case. On this car, that one could have went on the inside or vice versa. But on a lot of cars, there is an inside and an outside pad. So if you're doing it for the first time, just be wary of that and don't get caught. And also, when you take the discs out of the packet, give them a nice clean with brake cleaner, because they're coated with a film of oil or grease to stop them from rusting in the shelves. But yeah, that's it. That's the rear brakes done on the Tiguan. Okay lads, underneath the Tiguan, we've another job to do. We're doing these wishbone bushes, rearmost wishbone bushes. So again, these should be quite handy to do. So you have 16, 16 and a size 18 there. So 3 bolts holding that bushing up, and then it'll slide off the wishbone. I think that's all I'm gonna have to take off. And with them bolts out of that side, I'm just gonna tap that off, and that seems to be coming nice and handy for me. And then the new one, which is here, that will slide in. And just whack up them 3 bolts. Hopefully. Right, so that came off nice and handy. A few taps of the hammer and it slid off that wishbone there. I just put a few marks there just so I can't go wrong. I don't think you can go wrong anyway. But I'll put a silicone spray on that, make it nice and slippy, and hopefully that'll push in on that. Use that one as a guide to know how far I have to go in, or is there a stop on it? Maybe it only goes in so far, but I'll use that side as a guide. Yeah, cool. I'll try slide on this new bushing there now. Success. Yes, that went in so easy. That's a very easy switcheroo there of the rearmost bushings. Another handy job there. So this Volkswagen Tiguan has been nice and kind to me. Other than the old wrong sensor, but that's not the Tiguan's fault. Bolt this side up now and just do the same on that side. Right guys, that's my driver's side rearmost wishbone bushing done. Very, very easy to do. Nearly say enjoyable to do actually. So that's 2 rearmost wishbone bushings. Now I must actually leave this car down, and because what I haven't done yet is I haven't closed the calipers with the scan tool. So we'll do that down now. Okay, so my ignition is back on, and now, oh, my battery is running low on my phone. Sorry, so the ignition is back on. So close rear calipers, form dysfunction after brake pad replacement. You can hear them winding up. Cool. Wait the whole 30-second thing again. And after that, that's the brake job complete. It has been closed. In parking brake switch in the warning in the instrument cluster will probably continue to blink. This should stop after cycling the parking brake on and then off again. Okay, happy with that. So let's see. There's nothing blinking at me now at the moment. Pump up the pedal. Have a hard brake pedal. Handbrake up. Yep. Handbrake down. Cool. Everything seems okay there. Okay, cool. Happy days. Okay lads, this time we have the right sensor. Have it off and all, the wheel is off. And there is the part number. Might be helpful to someone. And it was the left rear sensor they had given me by mistake. So throw this in on the left front, clear codes, and that should be us done with the Tiguan. Okay, job done, lads. That's a wrap. Codes are cleared. Clean bill of health across the board there for the Tiguan. No lights on. Start the car. Everything goes off. I've driven it up the road. No faults, and that's it. Finally, my final job to do on this is change set of wipers. So ignition is now on, so I turn off the ignition and I press down on the wiper stalk. You'll see wipers come up and stay up. Just a little tip for you, so that the you can change the wipers quite easily. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye.